Hi class. Today I want to talk a little bit about this break-even spreadsheet that I've assigned to you. So now that we're at the end of Management 253, owning and operating a small business, and I know you've done a few exercises in HP Life around the financials, let's talk about your break-even point. So the purpose of having a for-profit business is to make money, right? If you are not in business to make money, then you might as well call it a hobby. So let's talk about the break-even point. So I filled in a few things on the spreadsheet already. If you look down at the bottom of the spreadsheet, the first tab is break-even point, followed by startup cost, fixed cost, and variable cost. So I want to kick off with startup costs. So what I'm doing is I'm using just some of the information from my business. And I don't know if I talked about it in the class before, but I have a home-based educational consulting practice. And so my business was very, very easy to get off the ground. So my biggest expenses were business cards and kicking off my website and then a bank deposit. And then just some marketing and promotional costs. So startup costs for this business, less than $1,000. So here I've itemized all my startup costs. And when you put these into the spreadsheet, it will sum them for you. So here are all of my startup costs, and this is my $925. So what I'd like for you to do in this assignment is itemize your startup costs. So what is the item and along with the cost that's associated with that item? Fixed costs. Now, you know your fixed costs are those costs that are the same from month to month. So for me, it's a home-based business, but even if you're a home-based business, you need to allocate a space in your home. So I have a designated or a dedicated workspace in my home, and I would say that the square footage of that, if I were going to pay rent, would be $300 a month. I have some small insurance costs along with the cost of my phone. So my phone is associated with my business. And then if I were to annualize my website costs, I would say I pay I pay $20 a month for my website. And then there's my bank fees of $12 a month. And then finally, these are my variable costs. And it's very important, variable cost per item. So look at this per item. So when I look at what I produce educational content that is used for STEM. And I thought long and hard about how much does it cost for me to produce a content per student. And so I would say for what I deliver per student for a workshop would come out to be right around $5, $4.50 per student. So it's my educational development cost. And I'm saying that, you know, if I base this on a class, it's usually somewhere between 20 and 40 students, then that's going to be $2.50 per student. And then presentation, that is my gas getting there and also the amount of money I spent on copies or materials or supplies for these particular presentations. So that's $2, right? So given the fact that I now say that my variable cost per item is $450, my fixed cost per month is $432. My startup costs were $925. Let's talk about how I'm going to calculate my break-even point. So this green cell right here is I'm going to talk about my sales price per unit. So my sales price per unit, I'm going to say is right around, based on what I'm currently doing, is $30. So if I'm charging $30 per child for this workshop, then here we are. This particular sheet calculates everything. So we're saying that at this point, my break-even monthly units is I need to sell roughly 17 units per month to break even, right? And if I want to talk about my break-even cost, including my break-even point, including my startup costs, right? If I annualize my startup costs, then I need to sell 20 units per month. And for me, that's not very difficult. So if I usually do 40 students per month, then I am actually doubling, right? So I'm able to cover my break-even cost plus be able to like make a little bit of extra. So if you have any questions, inbox me. But this is pretty much what I want you to do for this assignment. Come up with a break-even point. So I'm going to create a quick video to follow up to talk about how you come up with your selling price. But for now, this is what I'd like for you to do for break-even point. Okay?